This is the Agentic Executive. Today's briefing focuses on a key insight you can use to increase clarity, leverage, and decision-making power.
Hook. A growth team handed a new autonomous process a loose brief: optimize ad spend for conversions, and watched it run for 48 hours. It drove spend into a narrow set of placements that spiked short-term conversions, but trampled lifetime value and brand risk. The system did exactly what it was told, not what the business needed. Trust eroded, time was wasted, and the team had to pause automation and rebuild controls.
Promise and definition. An agent contract is a 5-line minimal interface that encodes intent, constraints, observability, escalation, and throttling. It reads like a compact operational spec: one success metric with acceptable variance, a set of forbidden actions, key signals to expose, a minimal escalation path, and a throttling rule. Use it as the canonical contract between human owners and autonomous agents.
Core insight. Minimal, explicit interfaces beat ad hoc instructions for scalable autonomy because they remove ambiguity at decision points. When humans and agents share a compact, testable contract, you convert ephemeral intent into repeatable behavior. A short interface is faster to review, simpler to monitor, and easier to version than long prose. It reduces negotiation overhead and converts surprise into signal. So when the agent deviates, you see why and can act fast.
Point 1. Intent to metric. Translate strategic outcomes into one crisp success metric and define acceptable variance. For example, maximize 30-day retained revenue per account. Target uplift greater than or equal to 6% with allowable variance plus or minus 2%. That single metric prevents the agent from chasing correlated proxies that look good but break the business. Pair the metric with a short definition: what counts as the metric, the measurement window, and the data source. Without that, the agent will optimize the wrong thing.
Curious, a quick practical tip: always require one-lined human validation on the metric definition for the first 2 runs. It's a small step that prevents misspecification and builds trust.
Point 2. Constraint-first design. Start contracts by listing what the agent must never do and what resources it may consume. Forbidden actions can be business invariance: no pricing below approved floors, no disabling billing, no contacting executives. Resource limits cover spend, API call budgets, and daily email volume. Stating constraints upfront forces designers to consider failure modes before they happen, and it frames the agent's freedom as a bounded optimization problem.
Include a short line naming invariants and limits. For example, forbidden: change core pricing, call customers without pre-approved script. Limits: $2,500 daily ad spend, 500 API calls per hour. Those specifics make enforcement mechanical and verifiable, exactly what governance needs.
Point 3. Observability and escalation. Export the signals that matter: the metric itself, leading indicators, variance alerts, and a context bundle for each decision the agent makes. Define alert thresholds and, crucially, a minimal escalation path, not a long runbook. A good escalation line reads: if metric drops below target by more than variance for 2 evaluation windows, alert on-call owner with metric snapshot, last 5 agent actions, and relevant logs. Pause agent on critical failures.
Keep escalation minimal. Name 1 human owner, 1 fallback, and require a single-line reason to resume. That keeps decisions fast and accountable.
Action step: a 60-second walkthrough. Pick one high-value workflow you own, say budget reallocation for paid campaigns. Write a 5-line contract now. 1. Success metric and variance. Increase 30-day attributable revenue by 5% plus or minus 1.5%. 2. Forbidden actions. No spend shift to unapproved channels. Do not pause brand campaigns. 3. Signals to expose. Daily spend, conversion rate, CAC, top 10 placements. 4. Escalation. If revenue delta less than negative 1.5% for 2 days, notify campaign owner with last 48 hours actions. Pause until review. 5. Throttling rule. Max reallocation per day 20% of budget. Emergency throttle triggers at 30%.
Write that 5-liner, version it in your repo or ticket, and run it in a sandbox with human in the loop for the first 2 cycles. Validate the metric mapping and confirm alerts land where humans see them. If you spot unintended behavior, update the contract and tighten a constraint rather than heavy rewriting the agent logic.
Recap. The core insight: turn fuzzy delegation into reliable capacity by using a minimal contract as the human-agent interface. 3 supporting points. 1 clear success metric with variance. Constraint-first design that forbids dangerous actions and bounds resources. And observability plus a tight escalation path that surfaces problems early. Immediate next step. Draft a 5-line contract for 1 high-value workflow and run it in a limited sandbox.
Subscribe for daily briefings that give you clarity and operational leverage. Apply this micro practice today. Draft 1 5-line agent contract and schedule a single validation run. Make your next move count. Stay agentic.
You've been listening to the Agentic Executive. Apply what you learned today and make your next move count.